So I jumped into Throne and Liberty completely blind. Mixed Steam reviews, no expectations, but it's free, so why not? And honestly, this game surprised me. Not in every way, and definitely not perfectly, but man, enough that I'm still playing, and I'm not even done with the campaign yet. So this is part 1. I was feeling that MMO itch where you want something new but don't want to commit to another subscription. Saw it on Steam, figured worst case I uninstall and move on. So I made my character and jumped in. No expectations at all, but what the heck? Can't be that bad, right? So right off the bat, this game is gorgeous. The tutorial area was fine, but once I got into the open world and hit that first zone with the castle and scarecrows just outside in the fields, and man, I just stopped and looked around. The environment detail is insane. Depending on the angle or what the weather's doing, you can pull some legitimately stunning screenshots. When it started raining in that scarecrow zone, the whole vibe shifted. And you know what? It felt like it was calling me. I love me some rainy days. Here's the weird part though. The reward for exploring to me wasn't really finding loot, it was finding beautiful places to take screenshots. There are lore books scattered around if you're into that, but honestly, I was just here for the views. And traversing the world with the morph system is super neat. It makes the world feel less like a checklist and more like somewhere you actually want to wander, at least for now. Now, combat. This is where things get mixed. It's tab target, and the execution feels clunky. Sometimes I can do my spell rotations just fine, everything flows. Then other times it completely falls apart, and it feels like I grew an extra 35 fingers and none of them are listening to my brain. The animations and effects look great, it just doesn't always feel great. Huge tip though, turn down the camera shake immediately. I was getting motion sick during fights because the screen was shaking like an earthquake every time I cast a spell. Reduced it by half and it was night and day. I've been running dagger and staff, and I love this combo. Haven't tried other weapons yet, but these two are clicking for me. The combat's growing on me the more I play. It's not perfect, but it's not a deal breaker. Dungeons, I'll be honest, I'm still confused. There's matchmaking, party recruitment, and I genuinely could not figure out how to make it work. Some high-level random just carried me through the first dungeon. The dungeon itself was visually really cool though, and I'd like to go back and try to solo it. But the UI around group content is not intuitive. Next up, the campaign story. Yeah, man, it's really not hooking me at all. I'm more than halfway through, and I couldn't tell you what's happening in the main plot. But the world itself is way more interesting than the campaign. The lore books are great. Finding out bits of history about the world, the stuff that happened before you showed up, that's where the interesting lore lives. The Scarecrow Zone has this whole backstory about the area and the rain. That pulled me in way more than the main quest. I haven't finished the campaign yet though, so maybe it picks up. I'll touch back on that in part 2. So where does that leave me? My impression so far has been pretty positive. The visuals are probably the best I've seen in an MMO. The combat, while clunky, is growing on me. The campaign is slow and not really hooking me, but the world building and lore tucked away in those books and environmental details is keeping me curious. I'm halfway through the campaign, haven't touched endgame, haven't tried PvP, don't know what the guild systems are like. There's a lot I still need to see, but as a first impression, yeah, I'm sticking around. This game has hooks in me, even if they're not the ones I expected. I'm going to keep playing, finish the campaign, hit max level, and dive into the endgame systems. Then I'll come back with part 2 and tell you if this is actually worth your time in 2026 or just a pretty screenshot simulator. If you're playing, let me know in the comments what your experience has been. Does the story get better? What weapon combos should I try? Drop a like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.